Well, this morning I'm actually joined here with Martez here at 24 Elite. We're excited to talk about, it's February now, and in January people set some high resolutions for the new year, fitness being one of the top ones. But it's easy to get discouraged kind of going into the year, especially because, gyms can be an intimidating place to kind of get started in. Are there certain gym myths that you guys are trying to fight against?
Yeah, so some of the common gym myths I feel like I hear probably on the regular is that fall off usually starts because people hit it hard. That confidence starts to dwindle a little bit as they get into it, whether it's maybe they're not seeing what they want to see, or maybe it's not going as fast as they would like. So I feel like one of the myths is like you hop in the gym and you feel like since you're here, you're doing everything that's supposed to happen quick, and it doesn't really work like that. It takes time and effort. The second thing is I think the gym can be a little bit intimidating. So as you start to come to the gym more frequently, people see a lot of those maybe bigger or fitter people, and they assume that, oh, I should be fit to get here. But that's not exactly how it works. Like, you don't go to a doctor when you're healthy, right? You come here to get healthy. So I think one of those big myths is like people have this inflated expectation, and I think lowering the expectation is the first step, especially as you go on.
Do you guys do anything to kind of try to make the gym maybe a more comfortable place or a more inviting place so it's not as scary and intimidating for some of these first comers?
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things, here at obviously 24 Elite, is the people are one of the biggest things. So the workers having a smiling face that greets you as you walk in the door or as you leave, having someone that you can confide in, or if you do have questions, someone you can ask who is knowledgeable and can help you. I think that's a big thing too.
And for, some of these people who may be entering the gym for the first time, they say, I want to make a change, I want to be better with my body. Do you have any recommendations for them maybe starting to get started on that fitness journey, of things they should maybe keep in mind?
So, yeah, when it comes to getting started, my first step is always just getting started. Like I said last time, the best time to start is obviously today. The next best time would have been yesterday, realistically. So, just getting started is going to be your first step. The second thing is, like I said, lower that expectations. I feel like everyone goes into it assuming or thinking they kind of know where it's going to be or what it's going to be like. So, you got to be open to change and be willing to, take that first step. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. So if you can kind of remember those few things, I think it makes it a little bit easier with getting the ball rolling.
Amazing. And for the people that you've worked with, that do power through, that, I am going to show up, I'm going to put in the work, I'm going to put in that commitment, and maybe they were scared at the beginning, kind of what's the reaction to when that success starts to pay off?
It's rewarding for both sides. Me as someone who is in that training seat, so, kind of knowing what the end outcome looks like. And then them for, someone experiencing it the first time, it's super rewarding. Not to mention the burst of happiness and just genuine love for the gym that kind of builds off of that is pretty amazing too. Nothing worth having is easily achieved. So, working is super beneficial just for, I think just the spirit, the mind, the heart. So it's kind of hard to put in simple words, that feeling you get after you achieve that, but it's definitely worth it.
Well, hopefully, some people watching at home will maybe get that inspiration, and maybe this is their next step to starting that fitness journey. And I know when we come back, we're going to maybe help walk some people through some of these machines that they may see for the first time walking in here to maybe make it a little less intimidating.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, perfect. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're here again with Martez at 24 Elite Gym, where he's walking us through some of the machines that you might see when you step into a gym, especially if it's your first time, so that way it's a little less scary. So starting off, you said these are some of the common ones that people may see first thing.
Yeah, so I feel like the most common one that most people are at least associated with are going to be all of our cardio-based equipment. So as you can see here, we have quite a few select matrix treadmills, leading more towards our stair steppers. If you look a little bit farther, you can see we have a few ellipticals, some assault bikes behind you, but these are probably going to be the most common ones you're going to see around. And then as we get a little bit deeper into this, I'll give you this long alleyway to walk down. So this is your cardio for the day.
So it's getting the steps in, right? That's
exactly.
10,000 steps or however
I guess
many.
you're always personal training, right? So,
yeah.
So the cool thing about it is too, in this room here, we have a red light therapy bed. So really good for muscle fatigue, muscle aches, recovery. We also have some tanning beds in there too. So if you are someone who does like tanning, that is free with your membership here. So we have 3 beds in there as well. So as we get a little bit deeper into this gym, or the dungeon I always like to call it, 'cause this is where you're going to start seeing a lot more of the heavier weight get lifted. This is where we're going to get to more of our plate loaded based machines. So as you can see, we do have going to be your squat racks, a lot of your leg press rigs. We have a few different variation when it comes to like the hack squats and things like that as well. We have a huge variety of when it comes to dumbbells. We even have a padded area that you can use when it comes to like dropping your weight and things like that to protect the weight and our floor realistically.
Yeah, and I see there's a bunch, wide range of weights for, any level. Right?
Exactly. So you want to be able to start at every level. Like I said, I feel like everyone has that weird mindset to where you have to be big to be in the gym, and that's not how it works. I mean, you get big in the gym. So yeah, the dumbbells range from, 5 pounds all the way up to 150. So no matter what level you are, there should be weight here for you realistically. So one of the cool machines that I really like that's a little bit more of a specialty machine here is going to be in this corner here. So I'm going to take you guys a little bit deeper into the gym. Try not to knock anyone over.
So much going on here.
Yeah, that's the good thing with the new year. It brings in a lot of new faces, and we love to see that. We love to see people making those changes and obviously making, a change in their life. So one of my favorite machines is going to be the pendulum squat here. You don't see it at a lot of places, so it's really cool because it does take a little bit of that stability and assistance out when it comes to like balancing. I feel like when you get to an older age or, recovering from injuries, that's one of the things that usually can catch you is having to balance or stabilize out. So I'm going to show you guys how to kind of use this and give you guys a few reps so you can kind of see what I mean by that.
Oh, perfect.
So this machine's pretty cool. So it's a little bit interesting to get into because you do have to duck under that. But once you get in here, you're just going to brace yourself like you would any other squat or leg press. And with this one, it has a pretty easy release valve here for like safety, racking, things like that. So you would press up. This is going to release for you. And then you're able to simulate that squat and get nice and deep. I'm able to take my hands off. I can stabilize. I can balance. I can press up. So I don't have to worry about like my knees buckling or things like that. But I can still load this pretty heavy to get a good lift out of it. So it's one of the ones that a lot of people like if they're coming back from injury or maybe just getting to that a little bit older age where the traditional squat isn't like your most favorable thing. And then you're able to pull that down and you're locked in.
Okay.
So pretty neat machine here. That is one of the cool things with this gym is they do pride themselves on getting those new and advanced machines just to kind of progress your experience. So I'm going to lead you guys a little bit deeper again. So as we come in here, you can see that we do have a huge variety of cable rigs. So for your pull downs, rows experience, we have all your free weight benches. So we have your flat bench presses, your inclines. We even have some standing presses over there.
Oh, nice.
So a few different ranges that you can kind of leverage depending on where you are in your level of fitness. Over here we do have a posing room too, so a place where you can go, check that progress, make sure that we're building the right things. Plus it's always nice to have an area where you can kind of go and get a little bit vain. I think a little bit of vanity is good for your health.
Documenting that hard
Exactly.
work, right?
So now we're getting to more of our assisted areas, what I call it, because it's going to be an area completely machine based. And when I say assisted, I mean it just takes out like the stability, takes out the balance part of it. So all these are going to be machines that are going to leverage not having to like stabilize, so to speak, or balance out. You're able to just kind of press heavy, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
So,
especially for beginners, that might be a good kind of place to start.
well, yeah, so beginners, and then, obviously that opposite spectrum, when you are getting to a little bit of that older age where, moving weight is a little bit harder, we want to help you out as much as we can. So having a few different machines that can kind of simulate those movements in a safe way is kind of what we lean towards. So this is probably one of our more women-friendly areas because this is going to be our booty builder area. So we have quite a few different booty builder machines, so things to help with sculpting, obviously, the butt. So I feel like when it comes to girls who want training, that's kind of the biggest area, is that you want little waists, big butts. So we got a really good area for that. So one of the cool ones that we have here is going to be a kickback machine. So you would place your knee on it like this, and this is one that does take a little bit more flexibility, which you're going to see that that's not my strongest point. So you're going to brace it like this, and then you're going to get back here, and then all you're going to do is you're going to kick this back. So as you see, this machine does pivot a little bit and keeps you in more of a more beneficial kind of range of motion and area. So you're going to be able to kick this back, get a really good squeeze in a safe range of motion and area. So I always let my clients know that it's going to look a little bit weird when you get in there. It's going to seem like a torture device, but you're going to thank yourself for doing it. And it's always good to get a little bit uncomfortable when it comes to these newer machines, because you'll be surprised, some of the good ones are going to be on that opposite side of sadly uncomfortable. But so this will be that booty builder area, and then as you see, we have a few other ones when it comes to like chest supported machines, and then ranging from your leg day machines realistically. So we have ranges from new guys to those guys who've been doing it for years. So no matter what level you are, there's always something here for you realistically.
And as we've talked about, new year, not giving up on those resolutions, just getting in here and putting in the work and not being discouraged with the progress you see.
Exactly. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, so neither is your health and fitness. It is a process, and even someone like me who's been doing this 15 years, I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm at where I need to be. So it's a process. It takes it one day at a time.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be right back.